30th of June, Rabbi Levitt, Horeb.
Okay. All right. Okay. So we'll can't find that note in my volume. So let's go to 215. 215, we call upon Mayor to start off the reading for us.
Okay. Very good. 215. Okay, it says, it happened once that between Passover and Shavuot, a period which is above all dedicated to the honoring of the Torah, nearly all those died who in that particular era were bearers of the Torah. They were all disciples of Rabbi Akiva, and they suffered because they did not show respect for one another. That's from Yevamot. Because they were envious of one another, and so through disrespect to those who were bearers of the Torah, they showed disrespect to and lack of love for the Torah itself. The time was barren of pillars of the Torah until Rabbi Akiva raised new disciples. Oh, we just lost the rabbi.
Right.
No, I'm sure he'll sign back on. He said he was having trouble with his modem,
I was too. That's why I was late.
but he apparently learned how to reboot it. And okay, I'll wait a minute or two and see what happens here. So I think usually his wife helps him, but apparently maybe she's not available at the time right now.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah. Hmm. Hmm.
I'm calling him.
Okay.
Yeah, I got his voicemail.
Oh. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Hmm. Oh, looks like he's back.
Rabbi, you're muted.
Okay.
Well, you're back.
Hello again.
Right. All right. So Mayor was in the middle of section 215.
Right. So we're just talking about Rabbi Akiva. Now we're going, it says 1,000 years later, in these same days, which are dedicated to the honoring of the Torah, Israel's sons and daughters, especially in the most beautiful regions of Germany, showed by their deeds that they well understood how to translate into reality the significance of this period of the Omer. Thousands of Israel's offspring demonstrated that life and all that was good in it was of no value if the price they had to pay was forfeiture of the Torah. They bled for the Torah under the blows of the undiscerning madness of the Crusades. As a result of both these groups of events, this period continues to bear a tinge of general mourning to remind all in Israel, the bearers of the Torah, to be imbued with what is worthy and good, of which they are the bearers, to honor and to love everyone who lives for the same lofty mission, to rejoice in the number of their comrades and in their honor, regarding little their own esteem, to remind every son and daughter in Israel to transform the martyr's death of their predecessors into new life and carry forward loyally as the highest good, that good for which their predecessors gave their lives. This general mourning finds its expression in the prohibition against weddings during the period. Furthermore, one's outward appearance is disregarded to the extent of allowing one's beard to grow, as is the case with mourners. Oh, it goes on. No? Oh, that's the
Oh,
end. That's the end.
that's the end.
Okay.
So that's Sphira. Oh, he has a note on the bottom. These tragic events are known in Jewish history as Gezeres Tat Nun Vav. The word Tatnu being composed of the figures for the year 856, meaning 4856 on the Jewish calendar, which traces its years since the creation of the world, corresponding to the year 1096 of the Common Era.
Oh. Wow.
That was the Crusades. Okay. Okay, so we go to a round of applause for Sphira,
Yay.
chapter 29. Okay.
Sukkah.
Right.
As the Lord
Okay,
spoke
Sukkah. Yeah.
unto Moshe, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, on the 15th day of this 7th month is the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto the Lord. And you shall keep it a feast unto the Lord 7 days in the year. It is a statute forever in your generations. You shall keep it in the 7th month. You shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are homeborn in Israel shall dwell in booths, that your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. The festival of Sukkot is dedicated to the physical preservation of Israel by God. It is a time when the year's harvest is almost completed, and your granary and house are full. No longer do you turn your eyes anxiously to heaven for a blessing. You have already gathered in your blessing, and relying upon what you have stored, you face the winter with equanimity. On the other hand, the harvest of the year may have produced meager results for you, and reflecting on your dearth and poverty, you, as well as your wife and children, grow despondent and overcome with despair. See a future engulfed in want. Leave your sound and solid house, dwell under the sparse ceiling of foliage, and learn its lesson. Hashem, your God, caused your ancestors to dwell in booths for 40 years. When he led them out of Egypt, and he sustained them in their booths, and so revealed himself as the divine providence who sustains all.
Wow. Yeah, they had sukkahs for 40 years in the Midbar.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay, let's see what so this is the idea that whether it comes out, Sukkot comes out at the time of the harvest. He says when the year's harvest is almost completed. So if your granary is full, so you don't, not looking so much to Shemayim. You're relying on what you have stored. You face the winter with equanimity, whatever that is. But on the other hand, if the harvest was not so good, so then you could become chas v'sholom, despondent, overcome with despair.
Hmm.
But so in other words, so for both, it sounds like Rav Hirsch is saying, interesting, for both groups of people. The Sukkot teaches us that teaches the one who wants to rely on all of his wealth that he has stored up, so he doesn't need to. He can be with equanimity, but no, you have to go under the sukkah and realize that Hashem is he's the provider. And the same thing for the ones that the harvest was not so good, and they're worried about what's going to be. So also for them, the lesson is very, very strong. Go into the sukkah and be sheltered by Hashem. He's the one who's going to provide, not the not the harvest. Okay, 217.
Okay. If you are wealthy, you will become aware of this fact. It is neither riches nor property, and certainly not man's talents, of which he is so proud, that are God's, who make his life more secure. It is God alone, God who sustains even in booths those who surrender themselves to him in complete faithfulness. Remember then to thank God alone for your wealth, your distinction, your treasures, for you possess these only so long as God wills it. Remember too that every acquired aptitude may change, and that the ancestors of the rich grandchildren once lived in booths in a wilderness for 40 years. So you will learn not to be a slave to your wealth and not to be led away from God. You will feel yourself safe under his protection, be you in a booth topped with foliage or under a firm stone roof. Cling to these ideals. They will make it easier for you to free yourself from indolence and the treachery. No, I'm sorry. I'm not even sure what that word is. The treachery ties of riches, and to follow him, even though the way led through the desert and desolation. In the end, if you establish your prosperous house not upon the foundations of wealth and comfort, but upon God, for he watches your household, even though it's stone roof, and it is through his loving kindness alone that you have not only obtained your possessions, but you are enabled to keep them. Then you will learn amid your wealth and your opulence to put your trust in God alone, who is the sole sustainer of all the living.
Hmm. Right. Okay. Very good. Okay. 218. Lou, please.
And if you are poor, my fellow Jew, if you are poor and in despair, move, I pray you, into the foliage-topped booth. Depart from under your sheltering roof, and of your own accord, live the poorer life, and learn the lesson. God sustained your forefathers in the wilderness in booths. That same God still lives, and he is your God. And as the twinkling of the stars shines through the roof of foliage, so does he, with his watchful eye, embrace you in loving kindness. Behold your suffering, behold your tears, hear your sighs, and know your cares. He will not forsake you, as he did not forsake your forefathers. Are you in despair because you do not possess those things on which men build up their lives? Forsooth, did not your forefathers who were nourished upon manna learn in their booths that man cannot live his life by man-made means? His life is governed by every dictum of Hashem. Will you not learn this lesson as your forefathers did, as you make your way along life's stony path? Go into the sukkah. Learn to be strong and cheerful in suffering. Have faith in Hashem, who sustains even in booths and in the wilderness.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Wow. Okay. Okay, so Rav Hirsch is enjoined the rich not to forget Hashem, but to learn the lesson of Sukkah. Don't be that's the test of wealth, not to forget Hashem, but to acknowledge that He's the source of your good fortune, and then also to the person who is not wealthy and he's poor, he's in despair. Also, don't lose hope. Hope to Hashem, and realize that He's watching you, and He sees all of your suffering, your tears, your sighs. He knows all of your cares, and He will not forsake you. Just like He did not forsake your forefathers in the Midbar. And if you're feeling down because you don't have the things that other men have in that they built up in their lives, so then don't just look to your forefathers in the wilderness. They did okay. They did very good. They learned the entire Torah with Moshe Rabbeinu, and so if they're and they did, and the truth is that they didn't lack anything. They they had they were provided for in every way. So just like they were provided for, Hashem will provide for you as well. Okay, 219.
No, I think we
That's it.
fine. Yep.
Okay, well, Baruch Hashem, we managed to do something today.
Yep.
I didn't know whether it was going to happen or not. I was ready to call in. Anyway, Baruch Hashem. So thanks to Hashem for that.
By the way, Rabbi, I tried to call you when you were disconnected, and I got your voicemail.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, I see. Okay, very good.